Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Innocent Christoph Gavin, and welcome back to the Ace Attorney Online Contest Tips and Tricks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the finale, and there's a lot to talk about. So today is just going to be overall the aspects that I haven't talked about that is going to make your case great. Two of you have already submitted as of the time of the... sorry, I didn't say that correctly. At the time of this recording, being Friday night, 2 of you already put them in. That's fine. That's good. But for everyone else still working, let's do some stuff. So today I really want to focus on the plot and just kind of shaping everything all together. So first of all, for the plot, I don't really have anything to show for this, but hear me out. So when you're creating a plot for a case, I think the most important thing is to have, have the general idea of the plot in hand, which I'm sure you already do. Then make it more complex as you go. That's kind of like how the Ace Attorney cases are already structured. Starts with a simple premise, expands, and then it can all be... I just knocked over stuff. I'm sorry, guys. It's a Friday night, and I have a huge project due Monday, Tuesday, whatever. Anyways, and then you tie it all together. So I think it's very important that you do your best to make it as complex as possible. Why? Well, make it as complex as you can with maintaining clearness as to what's doing. That doesn't mean you have to be Apollo Justice and flashback to everything. That doesn't mean you have to be, Justice for All, PL versus AA, or Investigations 1, and try and hide it all and make it to discover. Well, actually, it depends on if you really want it to be discovered or not by everyone. You might just want people to read into it to see it, but it's always good for your case to have some sort of layer of depth and extra finesse to it that just gives it that little special edge to those who pay close attention to it. Because when you're developing a case, you have all of these emotions and thoughts behind it, like I do with the Turnabout Crash, and you want to convey that. So it's very important that you do that. Now, here's my real spiel here. With the storyboard, make sure that everything wraps up nicely. Don't leave anything open-ended unless you plan to make a follow-up trial, a sequel trial to this, unassociated with the contest. Make sure you do. Now, let's pull up the rubric. While I'm pulling up, I want to talk about it. I think it's extremely important that you guys understand what it is we're looking at. So I explained this in the contest unveiling. I think we should go more in depth. How about that? Let's start with submitting the case, actually. So yeah, you know about this. You must, say that you agree to the code of conduct. Yep, and do all of this. Exact format. And this exact format, once you're done, this, you don't need this, of course. We need this up to that. You need to say all of that in the email to be officially entried, to officially have made an entry. That's how you get into the contest. But you also need to copy and paste the exact information inside the email, this, and this, into Google Plus on the main Ace Attorney community. The only exception is, well, actually, there are no exceptions. If you're participating in this contest and you are not a part of the Google Plus Ace Attorney Online, Ace Attorney community, just join because, you don't have to ask to join. You can just join. So join, and under Ace Attorney Online contest, the category, you will submit, what you copied from your email. That's just to keep track of things. That's just to make it look official and whatnot. And, because some people just don't know what to say. It's just like, here's my entrance. So this is it. It's a form. When someone recognizes, they see everything in this form, they're like, oh, that's an entry. So yeah, it's very important that you do both of those things. And you also have to submit a copy, an attached rubric with the appropriate information filled out. So you have to fill out creator, collaborators and test plays, collaborators and playtesters, and the case title. All right, so that's cleared out. All right, let's go over the key, the score. So with plot, the case, the highest score, 15 through 20. The highest scores, The case clearly establishes a story, and all of the occurring events are justified in logical order and go beyond basic plot ideas, due to no contradictions. So, the plot can be whatever the heck you want it to be. It can start out simple, get really complex. That is the easiest way I can see you pulling at least a 15. If you're still developing your plot at this point, which is probably the only thing, or your biggest point. I mean, look, the contest is due next Friday. I know this is the thing you guys are focusing on the most with your trials. The easiest way I can see you doing it is you start out simple and just make it much more complex near the end and then wrap it all up. Easiest way to do it. Easily can gain you at least like a 15 through like 16. I guarantee you. That's not even hard. Although, it does take some creative juices, and if you're not that type, like I certainly am not, it took me a while to come up with Turnabout Crashes scenario. Well, I hope you're you're by that point now and you're not just making a random trial, but do your best to just not leave anything loose opened. Don't leave any loose threads, because I will consider that a contradiction. 19 through 14, the case establishes a story, but is not very well connected or really explained at all. The case also has more than a few contradictions. Self-explanatory. Now, pacing. I'm just going to focus from now on the highest scores. The case has a strong pace to it and flows in such a way that no moment feels boring or rough around the edges. You shouldn't have any filler, and it shouldn't be too slow. You shouldn't have, the defense has another objection in a row. Time for another cross-examination. Time for another cross-examination. It should never feel gamey. Do you know what I mean? By that, it should never feel so structured. It should be structured, but it shouldn't feel so structured to where it's like, okay, now I know what to do now. And, that's true for the games and other games, but that's different. I think we all understand what a pace breaker is, but I think it's important that maybe isn't so clear to say is that basically, I'll just restate what I just said and simplify it. Make sure there's never a dull moment, no filler, but things don't happen too fast or too slow. Characters. The main characters from the series are present in the case, are executed so that they act like expected. Miles Edgeworth, Emma Skye, Franziska von Karma, Athena Sykes. They act, Gregory Edgeworth. They act like they did in the games. Anyone who, again, like I've said before, is a main character. I am going by the rules of the Ace Attorney Online ranking. So, I've said that a lot. The new characters are given lots of life and realism. No one-dimensional, one-note characters. We don't want those. I want fleshed out, characters. You can have a gimmick, but, flesh them out, be original. Okay. Length, pretty self-explanatory. Don't make it drag on forever. Don't make it too short. At least 30 minutes long. It was originally an hour, which I still feel is what it really should be. I mean, a 30-minute case. We've had 3 months. Whatever. A lot of people complained about that, so I did bring it down to 30. However, just know, that would never fly on Ace Attorney Online itself, if the site itself had a contest, but, I'm okay with that. Just expect if we ever had another competition, this is not going to be 30 as a max, but you know what? It's not a big deal. Constitution, the case is very well made physically, and all the frame sprites look like they should be with few graphical errors. The case should look like one of the games. I focused on that in the first episode of Ace Attorney Online Tips and Tricks, especially, and some a bit of last time. So I think I've helped you guys with Constitution a lot. I don't think I need help you with length. I can't really help you with characters or plot, and I gave you a lot of advice on pacing. Conventions I don't need to explain, and creativity. Alright. The case contains 5 or fewer spelling errors or clunky phrases. The errors also do not detract attention from the case. I may notice it, but the judges may notice it, but we just move on. No big deal. It's not like I couldn't understand the sentence or, it was broken English or anything like that. Creativity. The plot and the details of the case and are original and creative. The creator demonstrates their knowledge of the series while displaying and well executing their own ideas into the case. Own ideas is the key word there. So, yeah. Okay, everyone. That's all I really have to say. Yeah, I hope this was helpful, everyone. Just kind of going over the rubric once again. And make sure you do everything that you need to for when you're going to submit your case. Also, watch this. All of this. Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. And I wish you great luck for finishing up your cases. I'm seriously thrilled, as well as the other judges, Miles Edgeworth, Dot Copy, and Lady Emma Sky. We are all extremely psyched to play your cases. And Eternal Darkness. Excuse me. Mr. Green Suit Apollo. We are all super excited, and I hope that you guys spend a lot of time when I know finals, but hope everyone is getting ready to finish up, and don't wait till the last minute. Again, June 10th, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, okay? So, if you live in London, if you live in England, if you live in Japan, no, I highly doubt that. Highly doubt that. If you live in Europe, Asia, Romania, Turkey, I don't know. Make sure you do a time change on Google. For example, PST to East translation. Like, you should know. So okay. I'm gonna be staying up to midnight, and as soon as that happens, nothing else will be accepted at all. It doesn't matter if you send it in at 12 a.m. of the next day. You are disqualified. So make sure you get it on time. And hey, as long as everyone gets it in, I wouldn't really mind, but I just don't want to see all like 5 or 6 entries just coming on the last day. Try and get it done as soon as you can. Don't procrastinate. Alright, I've said enough, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching, and I greatly look forward to your cases. So yeah, comment below how your cases are doing. If you're going to finish soon. Any questions about submitting, because I know that can be a little complicated. Anything you need from me. Anything I didn't address in these tips and tricks videos. Anything you'd like to individually ask me. You know where to ask. The email, which I will have in the description below. Alright, everyone. Have a good day.